I fell asleep on the couch last night, so I'm just like, ugh.
It's one
I
of
was
those
watching the
kinda
Barbie
sicknesses.
movie.
Ooh, all
It,
right, what are
I'm
your
not
thoughts?
sick. I don't know.
Thoughts
Yeah.
on the Barbie movie?
It was pretty good. I didn't watch
That was-
the whole thing. I fell asleep.
Okay.
I think
it's
so
pretty
far it's like the best commercial I've ever seen.
Commercial for Barbie or for the Chevrolet electronic vehicle fleet?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to the electronic vehicle fleet quite yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. It's a great one.
Nice. All right. So we got a little bit of news. Well, what are we doing here, Boots? You want to tell the people?
I can tell the people what we're doing. So this is going to be the last episode we record in the year
Ever.
2023. And so what we're going to do, we're going to highlight some news from the year 2023 that relate to animals, environmental wins, some things to be looking at in the future. We just want to highlight, let's take a look back, reflect, and then look forward to the future.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Do you want me to? I can kick things off real quick because
Kick it off for us.
I found a really cool story
Oh, how
that's
nice.
happening in the United States of America.
Okay.
All right, and so what's happening is that we are getting our first ever solar canal.
Whoa. What's that?
So solar canals it really is just putting solar panels above water sources. And that's
Nice.
in use to combat evaporation. So in Arizona right now, it's going to be the first one ever built in the United States. It is between the Army Corps of Engineers and the Gila River Indian community. And what they're going to do
Cool.
is they're going to set up these panels, so they're going to kind of be angled above the river to provide shade so that the sun doesn't just hit the river and get all the water out through evaporation. And while they're doing that, shading that river, protecting it from water evaporation, they are also going to be producing clean energy.
Ooh.
I know,
love
it's
clean
pretty
energy.
exciting. Clean energy and helping with severe droughts in native communities. It's pretty
Not
big.
bad.
It's
Not
pretty
bad.
big. So
And
yeah,
where
so
did
that
you say
plan
it
has
was
been-
exactly? Like what
This is going to
state?
be in Arizona. Yep, it's the only
Nice.
one. It's the only state right now, kind of wild, that's even trying to consider this. There's now works in California to maybe start their own project like this, but Arizona is actually their front runner on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a $6 million project. So when we look at, the wider array of spending in the United States, that's not too bad, honestly.
No.
And,
No, I mean, compare that to the military budget. Just those are pennies in the
military
pennies
budget.
in the bucket.
And I say you got that. You got, how much does a senator make? Kind of that stuff. We're looking at lots of money. But this one actually
Yeah.
helps people.
That one, that is nice.
Yeah. And so
Glad to hear that.
effectively rolled out, we're going to be producing, and these are all just on the man-made canals, so they're not going to be impacting the rivers that are more, like the Colorado River or some larger rivers that are pretty vital for ecosystems, because we don't want to just impact those. And so, because, have you ever been to Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty sunny there.
It sure is.
It sure is. It sure is hot, too.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be a 305-meter stretch over this canal in Arizona. And what they're thinking is that it could save up a couple billion gallons of water each year.
Sweet.
Yeah. And, the thing, too, about these, the Gila Indian community and the Native American peoples is they're pretty impacted by water rights and water issues. They don't have a lot of access to clean water, even though they live here in the United States, which is a place that people think clean water should be a right,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a right for everyone. So this is just one of those stories that you hear, and it's an ancient tribe. The people who have been in this area, there are dating back to about 300 BC,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and these canals are their original ones. They built these 500 miles of canals from the Gila River to the farmland of their, like their ancestral lands. So just being able to take such an ancient technology in building canals and irrigation systems and modernizing it so you can also provide yourself clean power and also help reduce the drought that's going on in the area. It's just a fun story to hear about.
For sure.
And,
That sounds
and
great.
what's the other thing we talk about the military spending? This is, Army Corps engineers. So we're actually using the
There we
military
go.
to help the people of the country instead of just bully the rest of the world. Which I'm all for.
Wow. That'd be a nice thing for them
Yeah.
to do. Help out a
It
little
would be
bit.
a nice thing. So, Tom, what's a story
Um,
you got from 2023 that just makes you smile or makes you go, dang, look at the environment?
well, first off, I like your sweater. I just wanted to mention
Thank you.
that.
It's my Grogu Christmas sweater.
My Grogu Christmas sweater. That really should be a song
I think
My
it was written
Grogu
by
Christmas
Wham,
sweater.
actually.
by Wham. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Um, so here's a story. Um, so an ancient animal was chilling in the forest that was thought to be extinct.
Oh, they finally
And,
found Bigfoot. I'm so
They
happy.
finally found Bigfoot. So they found Bigfoot out in the mountains of Tennessee. He was actually just out there. He was just smoking a cigarette, and he decided to come in, and he shared how he built the pyramid single-handedly with his laser
That's
system.
wonderful.
And he revealed that basically that the government's run by lizards, but
Knew it.
turns out the horses are smart. The lizards are supposed to be horses. So once we switch everything,
Okay.
we'll
That'd be good. It's
bring
good.
world
I'm
peace.
glad he's like bringing that up. It's about
Yeah,
time.
somebody had to say it.
Hmm.
And
So what did they find in Tennessee?
nothing.
Oh.
No, they found what the no, they found a echidna. They got footage of the echidna, which is pretty cool. Apparently, the only echidna evidence they had was a dead one.
Hmm.
And so they got footage of a live echidna in the mountains, in the Cyclops Mountains of Indonesia.
Oh.
And they're one of the few egg-laying mammals.
And they also are friends with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep, exactly.
Tom, can I stop here for a sec?
Stop me here for a
Are,
sec.
are we allowed to get a little NSFW on this
Um,
podcast?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
No limits.
So, fun fact about the echidna.
Yeah, tell me some echidna facts.
All right, it's the male echidna. It has one of the strangest things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah?
Its genitalia is bizarre.
Yeah. Really?
So the echidna has a four-tipped penis.
Wow. That's incredible.
They have little feelers on them as well.
Nice.
So echidnas, incredible animals, laying eggs, just alien-looking genitalia. It's a wild one.
Wow.
But they found an ancient species. How'd they find that ancient? They just got evidence of a dead one and started finding it, or
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the long-beaked echidna. I guess there's other echidnas. Yeah, I think there's a whole dang, a whole dang little expedition by Dr.
No.
James Kempton, and it's called. And they also seem to be calling it Attenborough's long-beaked echidna.
Gotta shout out one of our favorite documentarian voices.
Yeah, I think he might have found it. So yeah, they just had that evidence of it from the 1961 dead one in captivity. I think they just found it dead, and yeah, they went on a little expedition, set up some cameras, and they found it.
We found them.
They found
Good for
it.
them.
Good for them.
So proud of them. We're so proud of them.
We're so proud. Major. So yeah, that's what that's my echidna talk.
That's
I'm
a
not
kidna talk.
a kid ding. What?
No, it's just it's right. We're not echidnaing around in this podcast. It's pretty serious.
No.
We're talking about here.
It's a very serious podcast. I wish you would stop making a mockery of it.
That's true. People are just so speaking of people, we've been talking about people building things.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we just got rid of stuff? Are you okay with just getting rid of single-use plastic by chance?
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
That would be nice. Well, you know who did that?
Who?
England.
What
As a
they
country.
did over in England? I got rid of all the
across the
plastic.
pond.
Across the pond, they said, "Hey, mate, all this plastic. What are we doing? I think we need to get rid of it, mate, and do a little more of a multi-use recycling situation."
Oh, isn't it? But yeah, so England has now banned single-use plastics
Yay!
because they are one of the worst things that the human race has just kind of said is cool.
Yeah, not cool.
So, yeah, so a lot of countries are recognizing that this is pretty issue, or a lot of at least consumer products are trying to get away from them. But as a government, England actually came together as a parliament and just said, no, we do not want single-use plastics being sold in the country. So, beginning October 1st of 2023, so just a couple months ago, actually, this is a pretty new story. Businesses, just all businesses in England, are no longer allowed to supply customers with any form of single-use plastics. And so that's like a lot of things. So the food containers, the plastic bags from grocery stores, straws, cups, a lot of these things that we're like, oh, how bad can it be? It's pretty impactful on the environment, and it just doesn't go away. And what's also cool about this story is kind of the self-recognition, because right now, instead of England Parliament going, oh, we did it, bruvs, we did it, we banned the plastics, saved the world. Instead, they are still recognizing that this is only a small step to a greater issue. And so, hopefully we can look to our friends sipping tea at the chippy shop as an example for our environmental policies.
Wow.
I'm so glad we do a podcast so we can just do great British accents. Shout out to all
that's
our
what we're
British
here
listeners
for.
out there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's great to hear. I wonder what they'll replace it with and how that process is going to go for them. I wonder if it'll be pleasant. I wonder if people are mad. I wonder if you have one group of people saying, hey, this is good, and then another one saying, oh, this is tyranny.
Oi,
This
bro,
bloody
the king
coin.
would not approve of this.
Oi, what is this?
You have a much better British accent than I do. I'm going to be honest. It's a lot better.
Thanks, mate. I've been working on it.
It's good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I've always wondered about because we always hear people complain about their paper straws or whatever at Starbucks or whatnot. But at the same time, I'm like, who's advocating for single-use plastics? Like, who's just up to bat trying to get it? I don't know if I've ever met that person.
Petroleum companies and stuff.
Right, the scum of the earth.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we can break up all these happy stories with a sad one.
Yeah, we gotta. The news is meant to just tell the facts, not to brighten or worsen your day.
Yeah.
So it should.
Well, I mean, I think probably most of the news is designed to ruin your day, but
That's true. But that's why we're here. We're fighting
that's
that
why
system.
we're here. I wanted to touch on the couple killed in Banff this year. That was pretty sad, but it did happen. So Jenny, I think it's Goose, and Doug Inglis died on a backcountry trip through Canada's Banff National Park, which is pretty sad. It seems like they were a real fun-loving couple that was very seasoned. They were in their 60s and spent a lot of time in the great outdoors. They were really familiar with that area in Canada. But one fateful day, they sent an SOX message. I think it was in early October. I forget the date. Around 5 p.m. that said bear attack bad. And that went to emergency services. And by the time people got there, they found them mauled. They had used their bear spray, but to no avail. And they both perished, and the bear did charge the rescue workers, and the bear was shot and killed. And the bear did appear to be a little malnourished for that area, and have some dental issues, which could explain why it was going after people for prey.
Yeah. So always be safe.
Always be safe. I did want to give an honorable mention to one other story in the animal attack world, which was there was a snake dropped on a woman by a hawk. Did you hear about that?
I have not heard about this one.
Oh man, you're in for kind of a treat here.
Is it really just like tag team wrestling with the hawks and snakes?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
So basically, a snake falls from the sky on this woman in Texas, about 100 miles north of Houston, where out of nowhere, she was outside, and a snake falls from the sky and wraps around her limb and starts biting at her. Starts biting at her eyes. But luckily she had glasses.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that really helped her out.
What kind of snake was it?
What?
What kind of snake?
What kind of snake was it? I don't think it was venomous. I think it was like a rat snake.
Okay, because I was saying, if it's like a rattlesnake coming at you,
I know that would be messed up.
Or just like a giant constrictor boa falling from the sky. Pretty scary.
That would be pretty scary. Yeah, the type of snake is unknown, actually. So.
Okay.
So she didn't seem to, right? Theoretically, I don't. Likely, yeah. The jury is likely a non-venomous rat snake. Yeah. Unfortunately, the hawk was pretty set on having that snake for dinner, and it came down to retrieve the snake off of her arm, and really, really tore it up pretty good. The photos of that are pretty rough. Hawk talons are sharp.
God, what a bad day that woman
I
had.
know. I mean, do you at that point, like, poor Peggy Jones, like, do you ask yourself, like, what did I do to piss off the universe, piss off God?
Yeah, right.
And she was quoting, she said she asked Jesus for help in that moment, but, like, were you being punished for something?
I think you're just asking anyone for help, so You
Yeah.
just scream into the sky because it's raining snakes and hawks on you. Which I don't remember that plague from the Bible, but
Yeah, unfortunately, she has been plagued with a lot of anxiety and post traumatic stress. She's having a lot of trouble sleeping, which, yeah, I can imagine that would be, I would have a little trouble falling asleep after that one.
you just never know when the next flying snake's coming after you.
Yeah.
So I also do have a little bit of a bummer news for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This year, 2023, it's the hottest year on record.
Dang.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with the rising temperatures caused due to anthropomorphic climate change, it is 2023 has now been on record, at least in human history. The warmest year globally, and that can have some pretty bad impacts on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So what you'll start to see, I mean, right now I live in Laramie, Wyoming, a very cold state. It is currently um, sunny, above freezing, and snowless. So, and it looks like Christmas is going to be the same kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we're going to see local weather impacts like that, but we're also going to see some other issues. Again, we talk about things like Glacier National Park. There's no glaciers in Glacier National Park anymore,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty bad. And so the average, average temperature of this year, it is including global. This is including the places that go zero. This is the places that go above 120 degrees. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's about 59 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. So that's the average temperature of Earth. That's what we should be at.
Mm-hmm.
But we are about 50 57 degrees Fahrenheit, or no, not 57 degrees Fahrenheit, but we're about 16 and a half degrees Celsius, which is doesn't seem like a lot. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And just it adds on to the trend that the top 10 warmest years in recorded history have all occurred after the year 2010, which is a very scary trend line that we see. So just one of those things we gotta. It's happening, folks. We can't ignore it. We can't just say it's not happening.
So we should all use freezers to make ice cubes
Yeah, just
and put
take all
them
the ice that you
outside.
have, throw it outside, have snowball fights in the summer, with just chunks of ice from your freezer. Trying to think, what are some other good? Turn the fan on and point it outside. That works.
So yeah, we just need a helicopter.
Ooh, that would be good. That would be good.
Well,
Or just
we'd
like,
have to chain it to the earth, but have it so it
Mhm.
rotates.
yeah, that would
The
be
other
good.
way, no, we'd have to have like a rocket booster on one side, and
Mhm.
then have it spinning the other way. Yeah, yeah, that would work.
Yeah, yeah. Or we just get like every ice cream truck that's ever existed.
Yeah,
And just like wherever it's the hottest, they just open up the back of the freezer, sell a lot of ice cream, cools people down, cools the environment down.
that would work.
But
Not
yep,
gonna lie,
so
that would work.
it would work. I mean, I'm getting Rocket Pops.
Yeah,
If I had to get
Choco
one,
Taco,
that's the one. That's a good one. I do like Choco Tacos.
or just like a SpongeBob shaped popsicle.
I've never had one of those. Are they any good? What flavor are those
Yeah, they're
things?
pretty good. Sponge.
I've been watching a lot of SpongeBob, listening to a lot of SpongeBob soundtracks.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time. Yeah, turns
Nice.
out like all the background music of SpongeBob is actual licensed music and was not created for the show.
No way.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So Yeah. So what's another story from Tom?
Yeah. So the Nature Conservancy had some big wins.
Mm-hmm. We'd love to see them win.
Love to see them win. So here's a short list of places they preserved. Quill Hill and Perham Stream in Maine. They conserved 2 properties nestled in the state's western mountains for a total of 13,000 acres.
Okay.
Wheeler Mountain, Alabama. They saved an additional 600 acres. Fern Lake in Kentucky and Tennessee, they saved another 700 acres to add to the already 253,000 Cumberland Forest Project in Cumberland Gap National Historic Park.
Wonderful.
Parcota River National Wildlife Refuge in Indiana, they purchased 1,700 acres, creating more than 20,000 acres of wildlife habitat for all kinds of birds and bats.
Lovely.
In Grand County, Colorado, they purchased 650 acres to add to the 1,950 acres of the C. Lazy U Ranch. Maidstone Bends Preserve, New Hampshire. They purchased another 870 acres. And that's what they did. They did.
Stacks on stacks of preserved land for wildlife. And so is this public land as well, or is it just for conservation efforts?
I think some of it falls as parts of public land.
Yeah, so you know people, public land out there. Go visit it if you can, but if you can't, hey, just cherish that it's happening.
Yeah, just be glad. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing for everyone. But if you can go see some public land in your local area, hey, they just purchased a lot more, so it's probably easier to even see for you.
Public land's so nice. I was on public land just the other day.
Oh yeah, I saw your stories. They're great. They're beautiful. Yeah. No snacks.
That was so hard. That was 9 miles. Let me tell you.
All right, let's hear about a 9-mile hike with no snacks. This sounds like a horror story.
It was okay. It was pretty fun, but it was tough. First, I was just gonna go 6 miles, and I was like, I can do a quick 6 and back. You know, I ate, so
yeah.
And then I did the 6 miles, and I'm like, man, I could just like add a couple miles, and then I'd walk on top of this mountain.
Yeah.
Then I walk down, and it's only like I thought it'd be like 2 miles, but it was 3. But so I get to the top of this mountain, and then it's dark. So I'm like, all right, we got to get out of here. So I grabbed my headlamp, which had indicated that it was fully charged, and it immediately died. It was the backup headlamp, not the A headlamp.
Okay.
That was just like, ugh. So then I could walk in this path in the woods, or I could just hike down this like big kind of hill. I could hike down the ridge line, and I had to get down like 1,500 feet ish.
Okay.
Maybe like 1,200. And so I looked at the trail, and it was right on the edge of the ridge line, and then a bit with some drop off from there. So, and it looked really slippery because there was snowy, and I forgot to bring micro spikes, so I was just booting it. So then I started hiking down the ridge line, and then that was really steep, so I decided to butt slide down. So I think I butt slid like 1,000 feet down. Not too quickly, which was nice.
Buns of steel.
Buns of steel. Yeah, a couple rocks to the butt, but good times nonetheless. I had fun, and then I went home and ate dinner. which
That's
is
good.
nice.
Now, I do have a crucial question to ask. I think it's going to settle a lot about your personality here.
Yeah.
Hiking snacks. What are you munching on trail?
Apples, jerky, cold leftovers,
Okay.
sandwiches, chips, different bars. What's I forget. I'm trying to think of my favorite bars, but I'm forgetting what it's called. I forget.
That's fair.
It's not Larbar. It's a funny name.
I don't like Larabar.
You don't like a Larbar? It's not exactly bang for your buck. What's your favorite bar? Oh, Bobo's. That's what I was thinking of. I like Bobo's.
Oh, okay. I like me either a Quest bar,
Okay.
or I'm just hitting classic Cliffs.
Yeah.
It's just classic.
I forget. Yeah, I like a Power bar too. Those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one last story for us?
I do. We talk about some of the negative things. We talk about some of the positive things, and one of my favorite stories always. Animals coming back from the dead.
Ooh, zombie animals.
Zombie animals, because I think it's one that we all heard about going extinct in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
And their population was declining in captivity. You know what animal I'm talking about?
Is it a rhino?
It is the white rhino.
Nice.
Because we love animals, we love all that kind of stuff. One of the most, it's a pretty brutal thing that happened and kind of caused by poaching and climate change is white rhinos did not have enough habitat. They kind of died. They kind of went extinct.
Bummer.
In the wild. So thankfully, though, we have had, we've had them in captivity. We've been saving embryos, saving sperm samples, so that way we can hopefully breed.
Same.
And you know what? It's been successful. It's 2023. We have now officially gotten 5% of the entire population back.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that's a big win. It's a big win for preservation. Because who doesn't want the unicorns sitting around?
Right?
It's a beautiful animal. I think rhinos are just fascinating.
Rhinos rock.
Rhinos rock steady.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Wow.
There we go.
That was impressive.
Full circle.
Full circle, Bebop.
But yeah, so keep on the lookout for some good news every once in a while. Look up positive things in the environment sometimes. I feel like we get very bogged down with how's everything bad right now? What's bringing the world down? Do you agree with that?
Well, yeah, it's a really sad time, isn't it, right now?
It is. And I know that can actually impact a lot of people's mental health, because it just brings you down. Staying informed is important, though. I'm not saying go full ignorance is bliss moments. Still stay informed, but inform yourself about some of the positive stuff going on in the world too. Be well-rounded.
That's true. I think that's important. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Find some, at least, stay out of mainstream media. It's designed to make you think and feel a certain kind of way.
It's never a good way. It never makes me smile. I'm never happy.
No. Never happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, happy, what day is it today? Is Hanukkah done? I was going to say happy Hanukkah to all our friends out there.
I don't know.
I think it started, Hanukkah's season is over.
Well, I hope everyone and by the time it's out, Hanukkah will be
over. But
in the rear view for sure.
Happy Hanukkah, happy solstice, happy seasons, harvests, any holiday you celebrate.
Yeah, happy holidays. Fun. Hey, what would you do if a grizzly bear entered your camp?
The grizzly bear entered my camp.
Yeah, because that's what happened to those nice people.
Well, I think the first thing I would do is make sure I do have my handheld on me. My satellite
Your
device.
cell phone?
Any device that would be able to have
Yeah.
signal. So if I'm in backcountry where I have no signal on my cellular device, make sure I always have my emergency device. So Garmin's are always a good one to have. But anything that could send out emergency signal, which is something you should kind of carry on you if you're going to be doing remote backpacking. So make sure that's nearby within hand's reach. Have bear spray out, ready to go, depending on where I'm at. Because if I'm outside, if I'm doing stuff, cooking, and the bear walks in, I want to have that ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm in the tent, though, I'm just going to have things ready, and hopefully bear won't come near the tent.
Mm-hmm.
And just be prepped and ready for attack in the tent, but try not to make a noise. But, if they come near me and I'm at camp, first thing, too, I'm also going to be doing the clapping, saying, "Hey, bear." Try to make myself big. "Hey, bear," yelling at them. Make myself big. But, if it sneaks up on me, then just hopefully have the right gear ready. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that bear attack story, and we did. It was really sad, and we kind of just blew past it. But I thought, well, yeah, I think they were taken from the inside of their tent, which is it's so sad. I mean, especially when they were so prepared. They had bear spray, and the bear spray was emptied.
Yeah.
So
And
freak situation.
It's tough because it's all safety measures, but just things happen. So
things happen.
never feel invincible in the wild.
No, I can't say I know all the ins and outs of backpacking in grizzly bear country, but I know they make things like electric fences, or some people rig up those devices that have shotgun shells in them. Yeah, you could put a blank in there, but with tripwire. Yeah, I'd try and get the bear out of my camp by all means possible. First I use a bear spray. If that doesn't work, maybe then I take out the pistol and shoot it. Don't want to die.
I say you gotta put your life above it.
Yeah. I think I like the combination of 2 cans of bear spray and a handgun out there. I think there's some good balance, a bit of a contingency plan, but really, I mean, it's still it's just a pistol. Bears are so big. So yeah, that's scary and sad because bear spray is pretty good defense. But
yeah, I've inhaled it one time. That stuff
really
no joke. Yeah, my
what happened?
Partner, she had bear spray in her car, and I think we left it out. Thankfully, it didn't explode, but it definitely did discharge a little bit. I think we were moving something. It discharged in the car, and I went to go. She was moving into her apartment. I was like, "Oh, let me go grab something out of the car real quick." And I opened the door, and I just immediately just start crying, and I am coughing up. My lung is trying to come out of my chest. It feels like, and I'm looking. I'm just like, "What the hell was that?" It's not going away. I'm in so much pain. And it was just one little spray. It wasn't even the whole can. It was just a...
Yeah.
And that was it. And it took me out for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to recover from just inhaling it. So it didn't even spray it on me. Just it being ambient in the air was enough to take me down. So bear spray,
Dang.
no joke.
Yeah, I think it's 50 times more powerful than pepper spray.
And always remember to aim down with your bear spray.
Yeah.
Aim at the bear's face, which is going to be probably a little bit lower than you think. Aim down.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Be safe out there.
Yeah.
That's all we can stress to anyone. Be safe with any form of wildlife, not just bears. Stay away from the buffalo. Stay away from the caribou. Stay away from the mountain lions if you can help it. Don't go over and touch them. They look friendly. They're not friendly.
They're so cute. You're lit so dramatically.
I I don't know if you'll see it in the video, but you will see me progressively keep trying to move out of the sun, and it is following me.
I like it. I think it's very dramatic.
I try to be a little bit of a drama king. What can I say?
Are there any holiday traditions you're looking forward to?
This is gonna be the first time I actually go to Kansas for my holidays.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's gonna
wow.
be fun, exciting stuff. So, I actually just got a new car to drive down, so that's been I know
Boots. What kind of car you get?
I got a Subaru Crosstrek, so I'm one of those people
Bruh.
now.
Bruh. That's sick, yo.
I know, it's got rid of my little sedan for it.
Yeah, would you have a Dodge Challenger?
Yes, Avenger, even smaller.
Avenger.
The Avengers.
I don't know. It was pretty sick. You look good at driving it, but
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
a Crosstrek is probably ideal for you.
It's a little bit better right now, I will say. But what
Yeah.
about you, Tom? What are the Tom traditions?
Um, just looking forward to hanging out with the fam, seeing the niece and nephew run around like wild animals,
That's
and
exciting.
then running around with them like another wild animal.
Be part of the problem.
Yeah, monkey business. That's what we call it.
Ooh,
Time for monkey
That's fun.
business. Yeah.
well, I think, comment down below what your favorite holiday traditions are. We want to hear them, no matter what you celebrate or how you celebrate. We just want to hear from you. Because, we're a community here at Made for Walking, the number one comedic animal podcast on the website.
That big community we have.
Hey, we're building. We're building.
Yeah, no, brick by brick. Yeah, well, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been another beautiful day here in Showbiz Land.
Yeah, well, and thank you for our incredible first year of podcasting. Kicked it off in 2023, and we'll see you
That's
in
true.
2024.
What?
Hey, then. Well, I've been Boots.
And I've been Tom. Bye-bye.
Brush your teeth. Bye.